Good morning. How is everybody this morning? I'm live streaming again. I think this is going to work. I don't have to flip phones or anything, and I think it's just easier. I do have my iPad open in case I can't see what I need to see on my laptop, so I can at least see what's going on over there. And then I've got my phone all set. So it takes a few extra minutes to do it because I don't know how long it takes to connect. So sometimes I might be a few minutes late. So just bear with me on that one. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. We have beautiful weather today so far. I imagine we'll get storms again this afternoon. It seems to be the MO for things lately, but hopefully I will get some people coming in and we'll get started in a few minutes. I wanted to share with you. Oh, hi, Kim. Yay, you're here. Glad you made it in. I am busy just doing this, that, and the other. I have Zoe for 2 more days, today and tomorrow, and then I take her back to her mom on Monday. We had a great morning yesterday. We went downtown. We have a nice little town here. So we went downtown and walked around, and then we had lunch, and then we went next door. Hey, Renee, and went to the ice cream place and got ice cream. So we had a good day. We came back, and what did we do in the afternoon? Oh, we went over to Barb's and we played cards. And then last night we went to dinner with Barb to the Mexican place. So we had a full day yesterday. And today it's going to be low key, and tomorrow also, since it's her last 2 days. We'll get to the pool if we can. She's got a bug bite that's bothering her. So we may not, I'm going to see what she wants to do. I know she's going to say go. But we also have to get to the store so I can get steak for dinner tomorrow night so that she has steak before she leaves. I did that with Remy, and I'll do it with Zoe too. So. But other than that, we've been playing. I will be doing a lot of sleeping when I get back or when I drop her off, and catching up because I have a lot of things. I've kind of just said, okay, I've got some time. Well, I'm running out of time. So I will be busy, but that's okay. I've had a wonderful time with both girls, and it'll happen again next summer. I get them for, well, this time it was 10 days, but I get them for usually a week, and we just have fun. Remy, we just go to the pool. We don't do a whole lot. Zoe, I took shopping. We got her some shoes. Couldn't get her shorts. Our Target here is not that good, but her mom did get her shorts. So she's all set. So what is everybody else up to this weekend? Anybody crafting? I know it's horribly, horribly hot. So I hope you're staying inside and making some pretty cards to send out, because we all need cards to send out. And that, I got new comments. See, it's not, it's the ones that are already up there. Facebook, I'm telling you, I'm losing it with Facebook. It's driving me crazy. Everybody is so upset with Facebook. There are people who have posted videos that parts have been blocked out because they say it goes against copyright laws. There is no nothing in there that's against copyright. There's no music, nothing, and they're saying the music, and it's like, I think they've got a glitch in their system. So I like that too, Kim, because the ages are so different, 7 and 11. It's easier if I take them separately because I can appeal to both girls separately and do different things with them. The youngest one, she's to appeal to the older one, the younger one is bored. To appeal to the younger one, it's too baby for the older one. So it's just easier that way. And then they get a week alone, or however long they stay with me, with one-on-one time with their mom, which is good because they don't get that either. So it works out for everybody. I hope you have your beverage of choice. Hey, Betty Ann, I didn't expect to see you in here this morning, but that's fine. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to get ready and take another sip, move this over behind me, because if I don't, it'll get turned over and then I'll have a mess. And we're going to get started. We are doing some more watercoloring today. I've given you lots of ideas this month, so I hope you've enjoyed them. All right, now, oh, okay, you're just going to listen. You can peek over every once in a while. All right, I'm going to get ready and move my phone over. So what I need you to do is I need you to take and close your eyes as I, how do I change the spotlight? Okay. I don't know how to change the spotlight on this. It opened it up in a new, all right, well, close your eyes as I move this over and I'll keep looking. Hey, Diana. All right. I just have to figure out, oh, maybe I need to join Zoom myself on here. Give me a minute. I'm working on it. Okay, there I am. All right, I'm going to spotlight my phone. All right, here we go. We're all set. Whew. It's like crazy. Now I just have to hope and pray. I see, I may not be able to see comments. So if I don't see your comments, I'm not ignoring you. Let me see if I shrink this down and go back to the other page. So many things. I wish Switcher Studio wasn't as expensive. Hey, Terry, but it is. Okay, so I am going to be playing with the, where's my thing? The Artistic Mix Decorative Masks. None of their stencils. I don't know why we have to call them decorative masks, but they're stencils. That's what we are. They are. So I've got a piece of watercolor paper and I'm going to put some temporary adhesive on the back of this and I'm going to stick this down. All right. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to, I'm going to cut this down. So it's okay if it's a, if I have like the big section at the top. All right. So I'm going to rip this in half because, or cut it in half. I have the huge roll. I don't know why I bought a huge roll of it, but the wide is what I meant. All right. So I'm going to tape this in place because it really needs to be taped down so it doesn't slide on me. All right. So I'm going to tape this one here. And I am using a mat. It's a craft mat because it's waterproof. All right, I've got that down here. Now, I've done this before. I don't know how this is going to turn out, so we'll find out. I'm using Coastal Cabana ink. So I'm going to put, I may have to tape it down some more. I'm going to put some ink on here. I think I'm going to change this and tape down the whole thing, only because then I don't have to worry about it. I don't want the water to seep under and it's sticking up, so it would do that. So I'm going to try sticking it down, and of course I have a longer piece, so it's sticking to me. I would rip it, but it wouldn't rip evenly, and I have to have a decent amount to tape it down. All right, I'm going to tape this side down, and then I'm going to move over here and tape this side down. Okay, this is the side. I'm going to kind of, and hopefully that will keep it straight. If not, we'll find out. Okay, I have a thing of water and I have a brush. Now, I am going to put, I'm going to kind of hold this, so I will probably get ink on my hands. But, oh, Well, I guess I had some orange left in there from the other day. I thought I rinsed it out. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I want it, that top corner will be just a little bit different color-wise. All right, so I've got that. Now, I'm going to water down my color because I want it really, really light. And I'm just going to go in and start tapping it in. Oh my goodness. I bet it was on my, well, let's see. I wonder if it was on my stencil. I did wash it, but maybe it didn't get it all. Okay, I'm going to try something here to see it's my water. Well, we won't be having Coastal Cabana. Maybe it was in my brush. We'll find out. All right, now there's that. I've got that cleaned out. Give me a piece of paper here. Let's see. No, I think it's in my brush. I have another brush here. So we'll switch to the other brush. I thought I had cleaned everything out. And the beauty of this is I can take a paper towel and wipe this up. All right. Let's try it again. Hey, Carol, you missed all the fun because I've made a big mess. All right, let's try this. I'll keep it kind of dark. Aha, there we go. I'm gonna pull in some water. I don't know if it was on the brush or the, can't be the water. It must have been on the brush. And I'm avoiding that area because if it was on the brush, it messed up there. So we'll just go over it, which will help. I do have to be careful because it's sticking up over here. And I will have light areas and dark areas, which is fine. All right. Okay, I'm going to come back up here and add a little bit more up here. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can pull this up and just take, and you have to be very careful with this. I'm going to take the top, the bottom, and leave this one side on because if I need more, I can go back and get it. This will also tell me if it worked, what I wanted to do. Woohoo, it did. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off of here because then I don't run the risk of the stencil bleeding underneath. But I wanted that pattern, so I've got it. All right, I'm going to set that up there to dry. I'm going to take my tape off of this one. All right. I'll throw this in the bathroom so I don't get it on anything. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to wipe this off because I've got that Coastal Cabana on there. I'm going to move this out of the way. I used way too much ink, but that's okay. Rather have too much than not enough. All right, I'm going to do another idea, and this way that gives it some time to dry. All right, and I'm going to tape this one down, and this time I'm using this one, and I know this one has no ink on it because I have not used it before. All right, so I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to tape it down in place. You want to tape your stencil down so it doesn't move on you, because if it moves, you got a mess. So just take some time and tape it down. And you can reuse the tape unless you get it really soaking wet. Oh, thanks, Kim. Okay. All right, so I've got this one. Now, this one, I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo with. All right, I'm going to put just 2 drops. If I need more, I can add more. I think I overdid it. This one, I'm going for an all over look. So we'll see if this works. I'm just applying plain water all over. And this one has a smaller pattern, so you're going to have to really make sure you get it down. Okay, now this one I've got to clean because I used it with the turquoise. Yep, I still got some in there. Make sure your paintbrush or aqua painter, oh, you know what? I might just grab another one just to play it safe. Do I have another one over here I can use? I do, but it's really big and I don't want the big one. Oh, here's a smaller one. I have a smaller one. All right, so I'm going to mix up. And then with this, I'm going to paint over top. And I'm going to get different shades. All right, and this one, because of the way it's set up, I'm going to need to kind of swirl all over the flowers, I guess. I don't know what you call it. All right. So I will have variations on this one also, which is fine. You kind of want variations because it gives it some interest. I'm going to need another drop. All right. Get a little bit more water. All right. Some of this is going to be really dark. That's okay. And you can see where you've been and where you need to go back and add some color. But I decided for an all over design for this one. And I need another drop. See, I should have added more for this one and less for the other one. That's always the case. That's okay. You can always add more. You can't add less. You have to take it away, and that doesn't work. All right, I'm going to do the same thing I did the last time. And this one I won't be able to use again because I've had to go all over it. So my ink is all over the tape. All right, let me get this one off. And I'm holding it because I don't want it to move until I raise it and make sure that it's okay. I'm thinking it's probably going to be. All right, let's see. Pick this up. All right, this one will work. It's got, you know, some of it's blotched and some of it isn't, but it'll work. You can make it work. I'm going to take these off and I'm going to just throw these away. Oh, don't you get in there and mess me up. All right. These kind of things happen because the water has bled through the back. Now, I'm going to show you something that I don't know. We'll see if it works. I've done this before and it has worked. I'm going to put all this out of the way. Give me a minute to put all this in my bathroom here so I don't have a mess. And I didn't do this for the other one, but I can see that there's water or ink on the back of this. So I'm going to take, oh, I got to go get a piece of paper. Dang it. I totally forgot about this idea, but I thought we need to do this. All right. This is just a plain piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to take and I'm going to set this down. And then I'm going to go all over it and press down. All right. And you will get inky. All right, this one didn't work as well. Sometimes there's enough on the back, but I got a speckled background I could use. There's enough on here that the pattern will be reverse, so that instead of it being flamingo flowers, it would be white flowers and the background would be flamingo. So, you know, take and get double duty from your stencils. All right, let me kind of get rid of this stuff. I'll use that for something. I'm going to set this side to dry, and we're going to put our cards together so that they're ready to go. All right, for the Coastal Cabana one, I'm using Let's Set Sail. Now, my class next month uses the Let's Set Sail bundle, and I am pretty excited with the cards that I've got. And anybody can take my class. It does not matter if you are a demo or not, you can take my class. And I didn't get all the ink pads I need for this one. All right, I need Coastal Cabana. I need, let's do Gray Granite. What color am I going to put with that? Let's see, I've got these two. I need my sails. If my background's going to be this, and I'm going to layer it on here, what color should I make my sails? I'm going to make my boat Gray Granite. Give me some ideas, ladies. So let me stamp my Gray Granite and do it. Oh, Carol, I love watercoloring, but I like this kind of watercoloring, the messy kind. I am not an artist at all. All right, here's my boat stamped. And there's my laundry done. Okay, I need a piece of paper. I pulled out a bunch of them. So here's that. I'm gonna, any idea for my sails, ladies? I'm gonna take this piece and I'm going to use my long strip of water and use my Coastal Cabana, but I'm going to off stamp it so it comes out really light. All right, so there's that. I was thinking red, maybe red and navy. What do you think of red and navy? Think that will work? I gotta find my red, my real red pad. Oh, my navy's downstairs. Those won't work. Both of those are downstairs. Let's see. Oh, I know. We'll do some switching. We'll use Flirty Flamingo for one of the sails. Let's do the big one. I have tried using the stencil that I punched out to do my to stamp. I can't get it to work right that I'm happy with. So I just cut my paper skinnier and go with it that way. So I just figured out what size they need to be. All right, now if my boat is this, my sail is this one, the other side, let's do Starry Sky. Don't know what it's going to look like, but we'll find out, won't we? All right. So I've got that and I've got that. These are ready to punch. Got my last sail to do. Okay, my pads are really juicy. I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm so glad I have, oh my goodness, look at that. Good thing I said I was going to move these out of the way. Give me a minute to wash my hands. that'll go everywhere. All right, done. Let me close this up. And I just put my finger in it again. Oh, gotta remember to store that upside down. You guys know that trick, don't you? If your pad is really juicy, we normally store them this way, which means the top of the pad that you use to put your stamp on is on the bottom. If you flip it this way, the pad is on the top, so all the ink will flow towards the bottom, and then you don't waste all your ink. And then when you stamp it so many times that the top is really, you kind of need to re-ink it, flip it back over this way. It works out so nice. You're not wasting your ink. And I can tell mine are, because I lost the definition on my sails. That's okay. I can make it work. All right. Okay, there's my sailboat. Don't want to throw away. I want to get rid of scraps, but I don't want to throw away my pieces. And then the last one I have is this one. And I did stamp it wrong. I should have stamped it down here, but that's okay. All right, so now we have all of our pieces. All right, let's put our card together other than this piece, the background piece. All right, so that you can see where I'm going with this. Okay. Right. I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to put my sailboat on with dimensionals. So which one is there's the one. This one is trash. And if you cut your regular dimensionals in half, they fit on the bottom of the boat. And I don't worry about the top because the sails help it hold it in place. All right, got rid of that one. I brought over, there they are. As I say, I brought over all of my dimensionals from class the other day. Okay. So I'm going to put this on and this on. I want it the other way. And then what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to cut across like this, because I want these halves because they work really well up here at the top. So these wouldn't work. They stick out, so you couldn't get them close enough. All right, let's start with our boat. And we'll put that on. So we'll get our panels all ready to go. There's my boat in my water. And I didn't pull out the birds for this, but you could easily add the birds. I just didn't. I thought of it, but it was like, wouldn't work. All right, so there's that. That starry sky looks pretty good with this. I just was grabbing a blue. All right, so I've got that. This I can put on my card because I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. This way of creating the background also doesn't put a whole lot of water on your watercolor paper, so it would dry kind of quickly. And you might be able to do this with the thick Whisper White, and it might work also. All right, so there's that and that. Actually, this is dry. I'm going to cut this one down. I'm going to cut this side off because this side turned out pretty good. So I'll cut that off. All right. Now I'll cut down at the bottom. All right. Okay, now I've got to put this on with tear and tape because it's buckled because of the water. So I'm just going to use the tear and tape to stick it down. So this is a fun card, quick and easy. Not just another idea for watercoloring. I like to find different ideas and use them, and I hope you've gotten some ideas from some of the ones I've done. I totally forgot to post the pictures. I do have them. I've been pretty busy with Zoe, so it's one of those things. I will get them up though, so don't fret. I will share them so that you can see what they look like finished. All right. And I love the masks, stencils. Oh, wow, Carol. Did you buy this stamp set? I'm going to put this on this way. And to be honest with you, the top part kind of looks gray because of the way in between those little lines, which is fine. And then this is going to go on top. And look at that. Isn't that a cute idea? And I'm going to use dimensionals. Gotta have dimensionals. I had class here Thursday, and the ladies had so much fun. We used the Awash and Beauty stamp set. The cards were gorgeous. Yeah, I had the other ones too, and I debated, Carol, I debated about ordering this set, but I thought, you know, with where I live, I can use this set to do some Christmas cards, and this part here you can definitely see it's the flamingo color, but most of it's going to be hidden because I'm going to put this right in the middle. And there's card 1. You can add a sentiment. You can add, actually, do we have, I have these dots, but I was thinking, I don't know what color these are. Anybody know what colors are in this set of gems? It's the Fine Sparkle Adhesive Back Gems. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. I don't know if it's in the mini or the annual. Just to play it safe, I could stick them on there and say they're a color and they're not. Not seeing it in here. Maybe it's not in this one. I thought it would have been in here. Let me look in the other one. Oh, thanks, Kim. Let's see if they're in the back of this one. Yeah, 43. Let's see what colors are in here. I always mark the back of mine so I know. It is Calypso Coral, Pale Papaya, Pacific Point, and Pool Party. So none of the colors I have. Darn, I will find some and stick some gems on there. I have some of the retired ones. I know that those blues that would go, but I'll stick some gems on there. And I may try and stamp some birds on there just because I could do it. Well, I had let's see, why not? I've got the gray granite. I said, it was saying I didn't have any, a color that would work, but I do. So let's add these birds in here with some gray granite. Some of these, you can tell which ones I use a lot. They open really easy. And then I have others that don't open. There's that. And I'm going to go there and there, like so. All right. And I will add some gems because I think I need it. So there's card 1. And that has given this one time to dry. It's dry. So, you know, as you can see, I've done 2 cards and they're ready to go. This one, I am using Sending Smiles. And I was going to, I think I might need to cut this down. I was going to cut this out. I think I'm going to anyway. I'm going to stamp this and I've got the dies. I'm going to cut it out. So I didn't pull over my Granny Apple Green. Oh. Can you tell I'm out of it? All right, I'm going to stamp my stem, the Granny Apple Green. I will be cutting that one down too, so I can get rid of some of it. All right, there's my Granny Apple Green. See, when it does that, my ink pad's too juicy, so I need to flip it and store it. Usually I'm pretty good about remembering it, but every once in a while, I forget. And then I'm going to stamp my flower in Daffodil. Right, now this is really juicy. See, I think I recently inked it up. That's all right. The way I did it just now, I get two-tone. And then my center, I'm going to make Flirty Flamingo to tie in with the back. So, let me stamp my center like so. All right, now I got to cut these out. And I have my dies over here. I love this stamp set. I don't use it as much as I should. I have yet to use the word sending, and I need to, because I love that type of die. And it's like, why aren't you using it? I just forget. So I get involved with doing something and it's like, okay. All right, now I got to make sure this is lined up. I'm going to tape it in place. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. The stem is the tricky one. You really have to make sure it's lined up, or your stem doesn't get cut all the way. You have a partial stem. Or if you do like I just did and moved it. All right, let me see. There's this and this. All right. Now let me, oh, and I went to pick it up to move it because I put it on the wrong one, and darn. I moved it. It didn't stick in place. So I had to reposition it. Hopefully this cuts correctly. All right. I'm just going to grab my pieces and I'll take care of that later. Okay, so we've got my pieces. I pulled in an extra one in case I needed it. Let me move this out of the way. And again, I have a white card base. And I pulled in a piece of Flirty Flamingo. This is going to go on here. What is my other job? Are you talking to me, Carol? I don't have any other job. I'm retired and loving life. All right, cut this one down. Did you think I had another job? Let me cut it this way. Oh, didn't put that down. You don't have Flirty Flamingo, Kim? Oh my gosh, I use it a lot. You can almost get it with yellow and orange, Calypso Coral and Daffodil mixed together. But I love it. Oh, thanks, Carol. Yeah, I've been retired for many, many years. And I love being retired. I know others kind of regret it or don't look forward to it. They don't know what they're going to do with their time. I was in the school system, and when I retired, they all said, "Oh, so you're going to come back and volunteer?" I said, "Nope, I'm done. I put my time in. I'm going," and everybody asked me, "What are you going to do when you retire?" And I said, "I'm going to play." And that's what I have done. I have played. And they looked at me kind of funny, like, "What do you mean play?" And it's like, I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it, have fun doing it, and not worry about anything. Okay. I know a lot of people retire and they struggle with it, but I have so many things I can do. All right, now I'm going to put this on like this. And the reason being is I have some blotches over here, but I'm going to hide most of them behind my flower. And this one may need something else. We will just have to wait and see. All right, there's one there. And I have some little tiny pieces. Oh, here's one right here already cut. I can pull off, stick there. Here's another one. I can stick up here. And I don't worry about the stem. Good for you, Carol. I bet you are busy being a pastor's wife. If you feel you need to tape it down, you can cut. It's not on this one. You can cut across the bottom here and get a long strip, which I have done also. No. All right, so I'm going to put it right there. See, I've hid that one. You can't see it. All right, let me cut some of these. I've got two right here I can use. And when I do these, I put one on each side at the bottom and one at the top. Ooh, that would have been a good idea, Kim. Let me see if I can get this off. Yep. One more. Okay, so let's see. It needs to be 2.5 by about 4.5. That may be too big. We'll find out. Let me get a piece of paper. 2.5 by 4.5. All right, I think that'll work. All right, now I'm going to mark my centers. Kim, you always give me these great ideas when I'm almost finished. I know you have to see the card before you can give me these great ideas, but that's all right. I love them. All right, and I'm going to cut my 4.5, so 2 1/4. Oh, I used 4 inches too big, you think? By the time I cut it down, I don't think so. We'll see. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to pull in my trimmer, if I can find it. Hidden. Oh, there it is. It's over here. I had it for class. All right. What I did was I cut my rectangle, and then I marked the center on all four sides. So I'm going to take this one, this center mark, and that center mark, and I'm putting it in the cutting track, and I'm cutting it off. Then I'm going to go from here down to here. So just make your marks and put it in your track, and then cut it. All right. And this may be too harsh. But we'll find out. You might have something in your stash that will work. I couldn't think of anything real quick. All right, here's that one. And that. All right. Okay. Well, I can adjust this if I need to. See, this would go on like this. Kim, I don't think this is too big. What do you think? I'm not going to push down. What do you think? I think that's a good size. So I'm going to take and stick this down. So, all right, I'm going to turn this, and I'm not going to center it top to bottom. I forgot to erase my marks. So if you do that, remember to erase your marks. All right, so I've got that. I think I'm going to put this one on first, and then I'm going to stuff this underneath of it. So it kind of, now then I'm going to need something here because it's done that. Let me get, see, this is the little tiny strip. So give me a minute here. I'm going to cut off a little tiny piece. I'm going to stick it under here. And if it shows, I can use my pokey tool to hide the rest, to push it back under. Yeah, see, so then I'm just going to take my pokey tool and I'm going to push it under like so, so that it sticks down. You have to do it a couple of times, but it'll eventually hide. There. I probably could have gotten away with a smaller piece. There it is. Thanks for the idea, Kim. I love it too. And I have space for a sentiment or some more gems, but there are the two. 3 enamel dots. Oh, ooh. White would be lost. Would you, let's see. These aren't the right color. All right, I've got white, vanilla, I think black. Dramatic. Oh, thanks, Renee. I'm going to do the black. Hopefully that's okay with you, Kim. All right, one more. I like the, oh, see, I like the black. I like the black on it. But then I like contrast and drama. Not in my life, on my cards. Okay, so you could have been, that would have been cute embossed. You know, you can use your stencils and emboss your paper too. I should have done that. I may have to play with that idea and see what it looks like. But there are our cards. And look at the mess I have over here. Oh my goodness. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. Aw, thanks for the hearts, guys. But I always forget there's a longer delay with this one than with Facebook. So I have to remember to just wait. But there are the two cards. Another watercoloring idea using stencils this time. So I hope you give some of these a try. And as you saw, this is a cool background stamp set with punch to use. So, all right, I'm going to get ready, move this to the side and flip it up. So close your eyes if you get dizzy. All right, here I go. Close your eyes. And then I'll spotlight me. And I just muted myself. That's not good. There we go. All right. There we go. Now, whew, I can turn this. Maybe I can turn it. Oh, well, it's just a mess. It's up at the top. Hopefully you don't see that. I'm the only one that does. So I loved the cards today. Thanks for your help in choosing colors and how to finish them off and everything. And next Saturday, let's see, do I need another? Oh, thanks, Kim. Yep, I'll be doing another watercolor idea next week. Boy, I'm going to have to be doing some research, see if I can find the another idea. In fact, Betty Ann sent me one. I may have to look at it and see. Maybe it's one I can use and adapt. But thanks for coming in. Have a great weekend. Try some of my watercoloring ideas, because as you see, I used reinkers. I didn't use special watercolors. And yeah, it's messy, but it's fun. It's fun. Bye, guys. See you next week.